Metastatic breast cancer is the most advanced stage of breast cancer, stage 4. Nearly 30% of women with early stage will eventually be diagnosed with MBC, and 6% of women will be stage 4 when they are first diagnosed. There is no cure yet. Living with this disease causes a wide range of emotions, each as complex and unique as the person living with it.
Hearing a diagnosis of stage 4 metastatic breast cancer can often lead to anxiety, fear, depression, loneliness, and isolation. The journey creates ups and downs of all kinds. Once the news of my diagnosis was no longer big news and people returned to their daily lives, I felt completely forgotten and abandoned and realized how often I was isolated.
Hearing the words you have breast cancer felt like the world is falling apart and you're stuck, unable to move. But hearing the words you have metastatic breast cancer, your soul leaves your body and the first vision is death.
Over the last 6.5 years while living with MBC, this emotion has came up like a roller coaster. I feel overwhelmed on many aspects of my life, but especially managing my schedules and appointments with living with MBC. Every 21 days, I'll be sitting on a treatment chair for the rest of my life. Another big thing that gets me overwhelmed and anxious is managing my side effects. At times, I'm so fatigued that I can barely move, so then I lose some of my independence because my husband has to step in and help me, and not just care for me, but care for my daughter too. Managing side effects is huge. The possibility of the cancer spreading is another reason how and why I become anxious. Right now, I'm currently living with bone meds, but at any time, the cancer can outsmart my current regimen, and that brings a little bit of anxiety. I don't always live in these emotions and in this state of overwhelm and anxiousness, but I think it's important to realize the emotional toll that we live with.
Feeling powerless is normal. It's part of grieving. And having to accept the new normal of your life after being diagnosed with such a heavy burden. You are in control even at times when you feel hopeless. Use the fear of feeling powerless as a moment to take a second and recharge your battery. Then show up for yourself stronger than you've ever showed up for yourself before.
I dove into support groups, research, I planned social gatherings, started volunteering, and I focused on my health and my family. No one meant to abandon me, and that wasn't the reality of my situation. But it was up to me to break out of my isolation and connect with others with MBC. Stay connected, find others with a similar diagnosis and treatment plan, and find ways to be emotionally and physically surrounded by joy.
Optimism has shaped my outlook on life. It has allowed me to focus on positive aspects, no matter how small, and appreciate the present moment. Hope and optimism have inspired me to advocate for others, such as through Komen, Breast Cancer Hawaii, Mediviver, and more.
At my initial diagnosis, I was fearful and overwhelmed by the constant mental struggles of living with MBC. It took time, but after almost 3 years, I have come to terms with my condition and I have learned to let go of the why me and what if questions that were consuming my peace. What helped me the most was volunteering and participating in support groups, discovering I wasn't alone, and hearing other stories about similar struggles with MBC enabled me to accept my new normal and gave me the hope I needed to feel peaceful and thankful.
Since I was originally given 6 months to live back in June of 2015, reaching countless personal milestones, small and large, has given me great joy, resulting in optimism and hope. For example, I have reached 10 more birthdays, 10 more Christmases, 10 more Thanksgivings, 10 more wedding anniversaries, 10 more of my husband's birthdays, and 10 more birthdays of both my children. I also saw both of my children graduate from high school and college. Hope has helped me maintain emotional strength. Even during the most challenging times, it has given me the courage to face each day and continue pursuing meaningful activities and connections.
Living with metastatic breast cancer has deepened my understanding of what it means to be powerful. It has not diminished my power, but amplified it. As Audre Lorde wisely stated, when I dare to be powerful, to use my strength in the service of my vision, then it becomes less important whether or not I am unafraid. Initially, the diagnosis felt like a loss of control, a descent into fear and uncertainty. But through this journey, I've discovered a newfound strength.
Focus on what truly matters to you, whether it's spending time with your family, completing a personal goal, or anything that brings you a sense of fulfillment and peace. And always remember you're not alone. Share your story and know that others are going through similar struggles.
To others with MBC, I encourage you to find your own sources of power. Embrace vulnerability, connect with others, advocate for your needs, and most importantly, dare to live your vision. Don't wait for fear to subside. Act in spite of it. Your diagnosis does not define you. You are a powerful force, your resilience and hope amplified by your diagnosis, empowering you to create a life that is both meaningful and joyful. Embrace this journey and let it shape you into the powerful force that you are.
Emotions can overwhelm,
But together,
We can embrace them.
We can thrive.
Self-care is not selfish. You are important. Get involved, seek support, find community.